former DB. Is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Perkins. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And, Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed.
And this will be caught at the 30. And Torrey Smith. 63 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play. Big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football, football one.
CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis. Some pass catchers. Jimmy.
And got his man complete. Past the 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Rosas now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game, and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
He'll run it here with Blunt. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout. A reminder coming up here. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Manning for the New York Giants as their offense comes back out there. Yeah, last year, 3 and 13, and that was off from just a year being a playoff team at 11 and 5. They were 31st in total points, 31st in overall defense, so a lot of changes need to take place.
They certainly do, and frankly, the 11 and 5 season masked the changes that are coming now.
This is caught inside the 15. So we've reached halftime here on Chris. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
He's got a man complete. A gain of 39 that time. Another notch there on the belt for Eli Manning finding Odell Beckham.
Pick a route, any route. They're connected no matter what. Boy, those guys know how to figure it out, and they work hard at it in practice. A big reason why they're in the lead.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Throwing is Manning. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Shane Vereen, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating.
Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That'll go as a loss of 5. Now Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now a play fake. Wentz. And some room to work. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And that one results in 35 yards.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out in front of the receiver and help him get downfield.
They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2. You would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Manning now on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 47 yards.
Eli to OBJ. What a combo. And really, how do you defend them when they're on their game?
Absolutely, and they're on their game in this one. That's really what this offense is predicated on, isn't it?
It really is.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 35 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Here's Manning to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back. And he loses the football a second time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. Well, something got lost in translation in this game. He's run the ball really well, done all the things that you want in a game plan, but unable to convert it into points, unable to ring the bell consistently enough to make it a winning effort.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is something that you know that they're emphasizing, you know they're working on, but it has to improve. Carson Wentz lost 14 fumbles as a rookie, and the NFL is just different. When you're in the pocket, you're always at risk of that ball being jostled out.
And if memory serves, those 14 fumbles tied with Carson Palmer for most in the NFL. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Back near the goal line. Here's Manning. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are off to the fourth quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores. Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win? Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A Philadelphia first down. Wentz finding Matthews. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender. Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Over the middle to Smith. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right? And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. To throw is Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's brought down. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory. Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Wentz now giving to Blunt on the draw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. LeGarrette Blunt, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles get a score closer. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit. And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit. And he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you... And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, 45 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable. And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Rosas now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Eagle football. Free, and it's intercepted. Up by Janoris Jenkins. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Manning gonna throw here, looking deep downfield. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Pass interference, defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And down he'll go at the 25. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And this is hauled in by Matthews. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He's going to sling this deep down and got his man complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Manning looking to throw it, and that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham there to make the grab, and the Giants add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Rosas now to kick this one away.